I was sitting in a small sampan. 86 or perhaps 102 dogs surrounded me. They were eating and drinking with all their strength. They could not understand my concern at all. There was no cloud. The universe had gone. There was only one sun in the sky. The swaying water of Origin Marsh bounced back the sunlight from the sky and shone on me. My body was covered with rust. The rust was black and shimmering. However, this did not mean that the inner me was clear and transparent at all. There was only me in Origin Marsh and my 86, maybe 102 dogs. I admitted that I was a little scared. Because I was in the water, I was in the boat. I was very worried that the Origin Marsh water would flow, and I was worried that it would rush desperately to the far away. As for water, I knew that once they flow, I will turn into a slippery eel in a blink. You can't catch them with any force. In the end, you can only watch them go away with empty hands. Everything was caused by the world map, but I was not going to complain about the world map. Even without the damn map, what the world should be is still what it is. The danger does exist. I even hated my father. The troubles in the world are so huge, you don't ask or care, what are you going to do with the universe? However, the danger is tempting at all times. It trapped me into an endless imagination. My thoughts rushed forward frantically along the water surface of the Origin Marsh, swiftly and rapidly, until they reached the Atlantic Ocean. The Atlantic Ocean was huge, bigger than Origin Marsh and Dazhong Lake. Suddenly, the sea made a 90-degree bend and swooped straight down. At this moment, of course, you decide to become a bird. You go down vertically along the profile of the Atlantic Ocean, that is, the edge of the world. You see hairtails, swimming crabs, dolphins, sword-nosed sharks, squids, and moray eels. They go up and down very contentedly deep in the Atlantic Ocean. They are cruising on the edge of the world, trying to rush out. However, the edge of the world blocks them, and the fish that rushed to the edge was bounced back with a bang, just like a sparrow in a classroom bounced back by the glass. Based on this, I found that the edge of the world must be secured by a substance like glass. This substance is as transparent as glass and as airtight as glass. To be sure, this substance is ice. It is the ice that blocks the way out of the sea. It is the ice that maintains the stable pattern of the world. I picked up the bamboo spar and slapped it on the water. With a pop underwater, the ducks craned their necks and ran forward desperately. I would take my dogs to the edge of the world together to take a walk and to take a look. I drove the dogs out of Origin Marsh and came to Dazhong Lake. Dazhong Lake is endless, and I firmly believe that if I cross Dazhong Lake, as long as I cross the Pacific Ocean, I can reach the Atlantic Ocean. I was not able to cross Dazhong Lake. In fact, soon after entering Dazhong Lake, I was completely lost. I was full of fighting spirit and passion, but I could not find the direction. Looking at the vast lake, I panted. My fighting spirit and passion plummeted 1,000 miles. I was dragged back the next morning by 2 commune members with another small sampan. The dogs are gone. This unsuccessful adventure lost heavily. It caused our second production team to lose 86 or possibly 102 dogs forever. The 2 members did not hand me over to my father, instead to the captain directly. The captain stretched out a hand, lifted my ear, and dragged me to the brigade headquarters. The brigade secretary was there, and my father was also there. My father was extremely humble, and he was offering cigarettes to everyone and lighting cigarettes for everyone. As soon as my father saw me, he walked up and asked sharply, "Where are the dogs?" I opened my eyes forcefully and said, "They fell." My father looked at the captain and the brigade secretary and said loudly, "Where did they fall?" I said they fell and kept falling. My father looked at me carefully and touched my forehead. Father's hands were very white and cold as ice. My father slapped me on my face. I fell asleep as I fell onto the floor. I heard from the people in the village that after I fell, my father kicked me and told the brigade secretary that I was insane. Later, people in Wang village kept calling me a psychopath. Psychopath has become my name since then. I was very happy. It indicated at least one thing. I was on par with my father when I was 8 years old.